Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Introduce, my name is Intan Permata Sari and my colleague name Dikri Hidayat. We are from Kelas A Informatik Engineering. On this occasion, we will review a research journal about learning English using technology. Okay guys, the title of the journal that we review is The Use of Language Learning Apps as a Didactic Tool for EVL Vocabulary Building, written by Cesar E. Guequeta and Angela Giseli Castro Garces. Discovered on October 19, 2017, accepted on January 10, 2018, published online on January 11, 2018. English Language Teaching for 11, number 2, 2018, published by Canadian Center of Science and Education. Abstract. This study explores the use language learning apps as a didactic tool for vocabulary building in an English as a foreign language or EVL context. It was developed through a mixed method approach. The participants were 20 high school students and the intervention was during a 6-month period. One of the instruments used is the language learning application Duolingo and Kahoot. So that in the end, this research is expected to provide a precedence of how technology and classroom practices can lead to effectively encourage vocabulary development. 1. Introduction. There has been much controversy and advances in the discussion of the benefit that the use of technology and online resources bring to foreign language teaching and learning. Different authors have agreed on the advantages of including technology for personal, social, educational purposes. Brown, 2014, Davis, 2006, Diaz, 2015, Jarvis and Achilleus, 2013. Sudden little interest and low motivation to reinforce language learning reflected in little progress after years of instruction, and therefore low results in standardized exams, were the reason which triggered this study. This study aimed at investigating the effects of using language learning apps, or LLS, as a didactic tool to foster vocabulary building in an EVL context. 2. Methodology. There are 3 methodologies used, namely 1. Research design. This study was developed through a mixed method approach with a current design in order to collect, analyze, triangulate, and validate qualitative and quantitative data to thoroughly approximate and illustrate the phenomenon under study. And 2. Context and participant. This study was conducted at La Foz de la Tierra School in Roncesvalles, Tolima, Colombia, with 3rd grades. There were 13 girls and 7 boys from 14 to 17 years old. 3. Instruments. This project was carried out during a 6-month period using 2 types of instruments, namely 1. Initial diagnosis test and final development test, and 2. Language learning apps Duolingo and Kahoot, and then 3. Theoretical framework. Vocabulary building, technology, and LLS were the main theoretical contracts that supported this research study. Okay, Furthermore, it will be delivered by my colleague Dikri Hidayat.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dikri Hidayat. I will continue the reaction to the journal that delivered by Intan Permata Sari and my part regarding the result of the research. The study was conducted by reviewing the development of students in learning English by doing the test 2 times. The first test was vocabulary testing of students before the LLI learning method, and the second was the vocabulary test after the LLI method was applied. So after both are found, the comparison of results that occur. First, I will explain initial diagnosis test without the LLI method. And the result is that the average score for 20 students is 36.7 out of 100, which means that most of them are said not to pass. Among the various categories evaluated, students have more power in vocabulary relating to pronoun entities such as personal information, number, and family members. Their weakness include vocabulary related to food, traveling, and clothing. Then the second is a test conducted after they use the LLI learning method. The application used for this learning process is Duolingo and Kahoot, and also using the research journal. The way to learn from the LLI method is that they first divide the learning vocabulary into 8 topic study. First is greetings, traveling, clothing, school, animal, friends, food, and human body. And they all can use cell phone in class as a learning tool. Then the test is carried out by means of each topic, which is when after finishing studying the topic discussed, then the test is carried out. And the following is the average student vocabulary test of 8 topics. And the following is the average grade of student who have so that can be compared with the result of previous tests. It can be seen that there was a very large increase in student vocabulary mastery, which initially averaged 36.7 to 73.45. The first test almost all had scored below 60, but now there are only 2 tests that have scored below 60. So we can conclude that this LLI method is a good method for learning English vocabulary. And the response of students who take part in learning with this method give positive feedback because they recognize the many benefits derived by this method. They also express interest in learning other topics using this method because they said this is much more dynamic and fun even to learn. So that's all can we say. Sorry if there are many mistakes. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.